I am aware that my clicking is making the noise. I was just going over into my YouTube channel, and I'll do that this way. I was just going over into my YouTube channel just to see that it is actually going live. I haven't done a great deal around, it is there live. I haven't done a great deal around promoting that I do the live streams, that I can do the live streams into YouTube. I will be planning more for doing that, but I've just discovered that the program that I wanted to use, because using B.Live as a platform for doing the live streams, really, really simple. And now that they've enabled that part of it of being able to do the live streaming direct into YouTube and our own channels, I was thinking of doing a series, which naturally, that takes a bit of time to plan and the rest. But I was going to do this one around astrology. Now, even though you can see, wrong side, you've always got to do it the opposite side. As far as what I do, there's various things that I do. So psychic medium is one of those areas that I'm growing into, because it's something that I've always known that I've been able to do, but not followed it. It's been something I've ignored because of upbringing, and now in my more mature years, and I can do what I want type of attitude. It's the shift in perspective and recognizing that I have the abilities to be able to do this, and I'm going to follow what I wouldn't say passion, but it is in its way. Okay. But part of that was I'm interested as well in astrology. Now, I don't know much about that, and I have certain books that I've got that I'd love to train into, like do some training with. And I also have what's called Astro Gold as a program that helps do the astrology mapping for you instead of drawing out your own, because the books that I've got are for manual calculation of your astrology using an ephemeris. And I'd still love to do that, because I love the foundational work of where we start from and what we move into. So that's where I was hoping to be able to have the Astro Gold open and just show do a share screen, because this program, the B.Live live streaming platform, it's the Studio 2 component of it. It's still in beta, but it's working really quite well now. And the fact it's enabled to YouTube, it's got so many features and functions that we can use. And here is one of them where we can actually switch around what we're doing. I'm using a C922 and a C920 as the two webcams. And I can also add a third camera into this with what is on this iMac. They label it as the FaceTime camera. It's the one that's inbuilt. Not as good a quality as far as what I was expecting from a Mac, but it is still good quality. And it actually isn't too bad. I can change that on the fly. I can change that right now to being that one, and that's what you'll see, is that it's still, the quality's good, but the lighting, the way it picks up lighting in the background is slightly different. I just prefer the crispness of what is that camera, was it? Yes. So, there's another feature of this platform that I haven't seen on others, put it that way, where you can change things that easily on the fly. And having the ability to have this set up on a table that I can actually do card readings. Now, this is the Lenormand deck. Whoops. They're slipping all over, because what I have this on is a table that's slightly slanted, so it doesn't have the reflections. I was very lucky to have, and I'm going to have to move this. As you can see, the camera is on autofocus, so it is moving around as autofocus. So I'm just going to put them there. I do have other decks, because it's part And now the dogs are barking because there's other dogs out there. I don't know how loud that's going to be there. And my partner's out there and I don't know if he's able to quiet them. But that's all right. We've got dogs across the road as the neighbours' dogs. And what I have here, the reason they were mucking around is as I'm looking out the window, there definitely is a person walking their dog, and that's why they've reacted. But there is the window and it's natural lighting. So that's why behind me here you see shadows. And even back here, sort of shadows. But I actually like that as part of what is my scenery, my world in this room that's going to be my studio and office and maybe a craft room, who knows. Life is like that. And unfortunately, I can't do that share screen with the program I was wanting to actually open. There are other things that I could open. I'm not even sure. I'm just going to open my iMovie just to see if I can share that screen in the process of what all of these computing technology thingies will do. And I'm just going to really rough that down and go down to that. So here we've got, and I'll go to a different project. I've got no idea what that one is. It's interesting, some of the stuff that can be done, and this is where I'm going to, an application window. I've got iMovie there. There's something in the settings that's not allowing me to do share screen at the moment. So I might have to actually chat with the support team about that, or it's a setting that I haven't set up properly. It is easy to do though. I can share a screen that is, I'm going to try to, whether I've got another, actually I don't know whether I've got another one. I have, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Yep. And I'll just go to a news page. I don't even know whether I can do that. And the other thing that I really like too is the way that we can actually have our various pages open all at once, and it still runs reasonably well. Well, mine is at the moment. I've got it connected into directly into the NBN box. Here in Australia, we've got what's called the National Broadband Network, and my connection here is actually one of those that's to the wall of the house. So it's cabled to the house, and I've got the Ethernet cable into the box that comes to the house. So it is almost fully cabled that way, I think. So that is, let me see. A Chrome tab on. I'm just trying to find what I actually had there, so that what I can share here now and bring it up is so easily done that I can cut that one down and actually share this and silo it to the screen. So that itself is actually the shared screen that I'm showing you. It's my Hypnosis Plus website, as you can see, and that has the same effect. Like I can do it this way and that way, because that's the other thing that I actually do. There's basically three things that I do, and it is the psychic medium work, it is hypnosis plus other therapies, and it is I've got it set up on Facebook as your bookkeeping, but it's more, I'm going to be doing virtual assistants for solopreneurs. So that's what that third part of the physical world stuff to help others. And mainly that's going to be proofreading, purely because as I love reading and as I see so many pages on the internet that have spelling and grammar errors, and that's even in their advertising, it's just so unprofessional. It's just my opinion. I thought, well, what better way to do something about that than to actually be a virtual assistant for solopreneurs? It's mostly those who are like I am in starting up, restarting, from scratch or experience. As a solopreneur, as a one-person owner-operator, doing everything, haven't got the time to go through absolutely everything in the fine detail that it's needed. So what better way than to actually have somebody helping you do it all? So, and even if it's just the proofreading, I'm not wanting to do the copywriting because I have the trouble with that enough myself. It's the area of being that is a helper. There are times where even I need help in something that I'm not really good at, which for me it is the marketing area, and the rest you go and ask help. And in this day and age, we do need to make our livings, and that means we do need to exchange the money for what we're asking help for, and receiving it, expecting to receive money when we're actually giving our help in various ways. So there's been quite a few people who've come up with discussions around the money side of things. Why not earn money from what you're good at, what your gifts are? For me, the psychic medium one, there's so many that will say you can't charge for that, it's a gift. The same with the therapies, when you're in the healing therapies and doing Reiki and those sorts of energy work. Oh, you can't charge for that because it's a gift. You can't charge for that. Well, it's still the factor that it's an energy exchange, because we need to be actually honouring that in other people that you're giving. We need to receive back as well. It's not the expectation, but it's still the honouring of that gifting both ways. And I feel the same with the astrology. It's something I'd like to learn. I want to do more of, and wondering more about it. And what better way than actually digging in and doing it and sharing it with others as I'm doing that. So that might be something that I end up doing as moving into a daily, will it be a daily or will it be a weekly? That's part of it. And I think, the stepping through and learning with others. And if it's public, does it, it's just all lots of thinking and excitement around what's possible, because we have these beautiful technologies that are really good quality compared to what they were even, 1 or 2 years ago. We've come a long way from the blab days. We've come a long way from many of those early methods of doing online streaming. So it's really good fun. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because my sharing screen isn't working as I was expecting it to, not with applications. It is working with the browsers. So that's all good news there. But what I was wanting to share is actually separate applications. So thank you for watching. If you're watching this, I'm happy if you would like to subscribe to my channel. Happy for you to share it out too. And have a look at my Facebook pages. I do have 3, I think it is now, and besides my profile, because Facebook requires you to have your personal profile there too. But I do have 3 pages. One is it is Ros Bounty as a page. That's the psychic medium one. I do have your bookkeeping, which is a virtual assistant for solopreneurs page. And I do have Hypnosis Plus with Ros as the page, because the other was so close to something else. Yeah, anyway, you know how it goes. Sometimes the names are already taken or too close to it that you've got to think of something else. So I did. Just look up Ros Bounty, you'll find it. And I love it being here too on YouTube. So looking forward to more of this in future days. And thanks for being here. It's a bye for now.